You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
And now, a word from our sponsor, SpyCloud, the cybercrime analytics leader. SpyCloud disrupts cybercrime by telling you what criminals know about your business and your customers, so you can take action to prevent ransomware, session hijacking, account takeover, and online fraud. SpyCloud constantly recaptures and analyzes new data from the criminal underground, including credentials, session cookies, and PII siphoned from malware-infected devices. With knowledge of the specific exposed data criminals have in hand from InfoStealer malware on managed and unmanaged devices, security teams can respond with a more efficient and effective process called post-infection remediation that fits seamlessly into existing incident response frameworks. Get SpyCloud's post-infection remediation guide outlining the 7 steps for preventing a malware infection from becoming a full-blown ransomware incident. Visit spycloud.com/cyberwire. That's spycloud.com/cyberwire. And we thank SpyCloud for sponsoring our show.
The word is CTI. Spelled C as in cyber, T as in threat, and I as in intelligence. Definition: information used by leadership to make decisions regarding the cybersecurity posture of their organization. Example sentence: NSA gathers foreign cyber threat intelligence and works to determine attribution of malicious cyber intrusions. Context: cyber threat intelligence operations are a newer subset of those general-purpose intelligence operations that have been around since the world was young. According to Professor Lou Levicius of the University of Tennessee in his Great Courses class, Espionage and Covert Operations, intelligence work in the form of espionage first appears in the written historical record around 2000 BC on a clay tablet that was found on the banks of the Euphrates River. Ever since the beginning, though, intelligence has been about collecting information for leaders to use in making decisions. One common mistake is to confuse intelligence with news. If you are reading a weather report because you are interested in the chances that rain will ruin your picnic this weekend, that's news. If the rain forecast causes you to change venues from the park to your garage, that is intelligence. The intelligence process is the same for all intelligence operations. Get information requirements from the boss, collect data that might answer those information requirements, analyze the data and create a report, and finally, distribute that report to the boss. The kinds of intelligence produced by each individual team will vary widely, though, depending on what the leader wants to know. That is why intelligence products by corporate cyber threat intelligence teams are completely different from, say, the CIA's National Intelligence Estimate designed for the President of the United States. Cyber threat intelligence didn't really get a start until the late 1990s. According to Jason Healy, senior research scholar at Columbia's University School for International and Public Affairs, the Department of Defense assigned the first official cyber intelligence officer, Bob Gurley, to the newly formed Joint Task Force Computer Network Defense, or JTF-C&D, in 1998. Prior to that, Staff Sergeant Bob Goad was unofficially performing cyber intelligence work at the relatively new DoD CERT. Also in 1998, a commercial company called iDefense became the first intelligence service designed for the private sector. Nerd reference. In February 2013, the commercial cyber intelligence company Mandiant released the now famous 74-page APT-1 report that told the story of how the Chinese military had been conducting cyber espionage operations against almost 150 different commercial and government organizations around the world. Chinese cyber espionage had begun in the early 2000s, and the U.S. military's secret code name for it was Titan Rain. But prior to the APT-1 report, nobody, except for Google in 2010, talked about successful cyber breaches against their organization for fear that public knowledge would impact their bottom line. In the government space, cyber attacks were not a mainstream concern. The Mandiant APT-1 report challenged all of that and catapulted commercial cyber intelligence as a legitimate business. According to Nick Selby, writing for Dark Reading back in 2014, one of the most positive impacts of the APT-1 report is the undeniable rise in the stature of the threat intelligence industry.
We know there's an experience gap in cybersecurity, and companies are often enamored with the idea of building teams of superstars. But focusing on a team of unicorns just feeds the talent gap. Join N2K's Simone Petrella and Intuit's Kim Jones on Wednesday, March 27th for an online discussion about the pivotal role security leaders play in shaping the security workforce landscape and how we can start showing up for the future of our industry. Visit our show notes for details and to register. Imagine a world where you're always one step ahead of cyber threats, where your defenses are impenetrable because you see what others don't. Welcome to Team Cymru's Threat Intelligence Solutions. With real-time access to the world's largest threat intelligence data ocean, they enable you to turn the tables on attackers. Transform your security from reactive to proactive through accelerated threat hunting and incident response, made possible through automation. Empower your team with visibility and insights to start defending your organization like never before. Team Cymru. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Learn more at team-cymru.com/cyberwire. That's team-cymru.com/cyberwire.